help out our friends. Double stun power.
Look at them.
Nope. Yeah, see, there's no reason why we couldn't work together. We have no beef with the ancient elves. Nah, we lost Balefire though. Damn it. Here I thought if I just left it, everything would be fine and dandy.
The Well of Sorrows. So Mythal endures.
Andraste, guide us.
How has such magic lasted?
So close. The well knows its vessel, and those who would despoil it. Stand aside, Inquisitor. The trials you set me, I have overcome. As a courtesy, leave now. Or not at all.
No, Calpurnia. We have things to discuss.
True. I did not think you so civilized. You serve your people. You have one last chance to save them. The Well of Sorrows overflows with knowledge. Power abandoned by those the elves worshipped as gods. To walk the Fade without the anchor. That is what the Well of Sorrows will give Corypheus.
Why would Corypheus think entering the Fade will work any better than last time?
Speech without understanding. I knew you would take the well for yourself. To ransack its wisdom, to try to defeat Corypheus. But you'd still be just a child, playing with a sword. Corypheus will wield it as a master.
Once you've drunk from the well, Corypheus will use a ritual on you. You'll be a mindless tool, enslaved to his will.
That... where I come from, idle tales must be proven.
Here, the page with his binding ritual. He tried it on your master, Erasthenes.
How could you know? And these runes, no one has written in these since... He made so many promises, and everyone alive! Then he discovered Vas! He was to give Tevinter a true leader. If Corypheus would misuse me, he'd misuse them too. I was blind.
That's why you joined Corypheus. To see Tevinter rebuilt.
To see her reborn. Slaves allowed their true potential. Corruption excised. Tevinter was the cradle of civilization. Imagine what her future could be. A crafter of wonders. Standing against the savage Kunari. A beacon for all.
Perhaps Tevinter does need a strong leader. Be that woman, while you still can.
You mock me, Inquisitor. As if you'd let me walk away.
It's a good idea. Maker knows we could use a reformer or 10 back home.
If Corypheus triumphs. Listen, if any power can challenge him, it lies in the well. Perhaps its price is too high, but if you can take it, humble him. Vitae Benefaria, Inquisitor. Do not follow us.
Don't plan on it.
I will give you some time. I go to confront my master. Then I will return to Tevinter, if there is anything left of me.
Abelard!
She can fly, she's a crow. She got you beat.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Corypheus needed Calpurnia to use the well. Without her, there's no vessel to claim it.
The moment we leave, he will send more forces to secure this place. The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
This can't be easy, holding on to what's left.
You cannot imagine. Each time we awaken, it slips further from our grasp.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Gifts like this don't come freely.
No boon of Mythal was ever granted without cost. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen'Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
Which further goes into my theory, which I may or may not make a video for, but I did mention in other theory videos, that I think that some of the elven gods, the creators, were not truly gods in themselves. Just like some of the other things that are revered as gods, such as the old ones may not be gods, but simply just revered as such because of how much power that they have. I mean, that's pretty much how, if you look at history in itself, and even just other forms of media when it comes to high fantasy or sci-fi, when you have anybody who's either technologically advanced or far superior in that respect, or even just in terms of fantasy when it comes to magic, has so much magical power and understanding, they are seen as being godly, but are not as such. So it was interesting that he mentioned that Mythal was actually murdered as a, if only a god could be, as he was pointing out. So even he was questioning it.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shemlin have not touched.
The Imperium went to great lengths to expunge Elven history. You might be the last to know the truth.
Would the elves of your lands listen to the truth?
They might. Would it hurt to try?
It very well may, Shemlin. Yes. It may be that only Uthenra awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity, never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shemlin.
Malas amalin nahalam abalas. His name, Abelas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
Now we've come to the decision.
You'll note the intact Illuvian. I was correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends?
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
See, the funny thing is a lot of people question this, but if you follow Morgan in her path throughout the entire series, she tells the truth. She herself may not be elf, or elven, but the funny thing is, besides Solus, who's kind of like an expert on the Fade, its magics, and even some of ancient elven history, I mean, as far as the Dalish only know broken bits of their history. City elves, depending on the kind of city elf, if they're born city elf, will know almost nothing of their history. As for she's been traveling from place to place, ancient ruins, libraries, and all this stuff, studying this stuff, you know, taking it in, and she also has a great deal of magic. So it's funny when people laugh or even scoff at the notion that Morgan can be considered an expert, but she's actually done quite a bit, and I believe has kind of earned that status. That's just not me saying it just because I like Morgan as a character, but it's just, it is what it is. And like I said, it's been proven throughout the series.
What training makes you so qualified?
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
What about you, Dorian?
A human from Tevinter scoops up the last bits of elven knowledge? I know why you ask. I know it's important, but I can't be that man.
I don't know who's better suited, and neither do you.
I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Thoughts?
She is right about only one thing. We should take the power which lies in that well.
It all seems ghoulish. Let Morrigan use it, if she wants it so much.
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take the risk. Make her help us all.
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion. A gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
He wouldn't use it. Morgan, it is.
It's yours. Morrigan? Are you all right?
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah. I am intact. There is much to sift through, but now we can...
Oh, poor baby. We took the Well of Sorrows.
The Illuvian!
The holy glow of righteousness.
Through the mirror.
Now, I never really thought about this, but you saw that other, like that spirit kind of go along with you. I never really considered it before. Maybe that was just a guardian of the mirror that passed through with you. Not sure entirely how, or maybe just shattered the mirror in itself. It's interesting. Didn't really give that much thought in previous playthroughs. But the female figured spirit kind of just pops up, goes in, destroys it, knocks Corypheus the hell away. Unless maybe it was like some kind of magic but from Morgan to kind of just create almost like a double or something like that to try and, again, smash the mirror after passing through.
It is done.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide.
Meaning he will attack us directly. It's Skyhold.
Not necessarily. But neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows held many voices. And they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom. Secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness. The dragon he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited. Kill the dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
Good.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to...
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Getting ready for that final countdown. First things first, war table! Alright, what am I missing? So we know I have history, ability, Kane, and underground. Figured I had just about everything as far as that's concerned. Secrets. Buy and sell for cheaper is nice. Let's go for buy and sell for cheaper. Well, more potions probably would have been the better choice. Oh well. Alright. So we can forge our way forward. Trouble the red jennies.
We'll be spread thin until the rest of our forces return
Down
from
to
the
the
Outer
safe.
Wilds.
Of course.
Good, that's done. I'll have Colin handle that, because the only person that can. Research the Well of Sorrows. Oh, that seems like it'd be better.
Let us begin.
Although we're getting to Winter involved again, that's not exactly great. Golden opportunity's gone now, though. Oh no! Damn, I like slower but safer. Especially when people rely on that stuff. Strange shock markings. Alright, we'll have Liliana take care of this one as far as the chalk markings are concerned.
Let's see what we have.
Lots of little missions to take care of here. Oh yeah, there's also the Black Emporium. So, for those who remember it from Dragon Age 2, it is Return for Dragon Age Inquisition. We'll head there real quick, only because of the fact I need to sell some stuff anyways, but kind of also show you all the Black Emporium in Dragon Age Inquisition, because there's been a few changes, and some awesome things you could find. It's funny because they give you the party select, but you can't actually bring your party with you into the Black Emporium. So as you can see, they've already added quite a bit. You see the different animals kind of as in cages. Scrolls just lying around. Still very reminiscent of 2.
Handle the merchandise with care.
And Tiny Bear! Tiny Bear! Chauncey. See other different animals, like, I think that's a normal sized fennec, or maybe it's tiny fennec. It's hard to tell those things.
Where is the urchin? I require the services of the urchin!
Kinda sounds like Palpatine. So you have a lot of things here in the Emporium. So we're gonna go ahead and read about Zandre first. Or is it Xenon? So you have the Mirror of Transformation again. So if you're not happy with the way your character looks, you can go ahead and change. And keep in mind, you have access to the Black Emporium as early as when you are at Haven. So if you see a few cutscenes, you're like, oh, it just doesn't look that right, and go ahead and use that to your advantage.
Do not antagonize Chauncey the tiny bear. He may be small, but he nips.
So you have standard weapons and accessories that you can buy. Schematics of Legend are exactly as they sound. They're schematics for like legendary based items, so not as much customization, but you get some really cool stuff out of it. You can't like put other hilts or other pieces on there. You kind of just build as is, and then you can put a rune if you want to. But here's something that's huge. You can actually buy your crafting materials. So dragon scales, all this stuff, they're in limited quantity for some of the higher tier 3 stuff. But then for anything else you might need, that may be, let's see, yeah, when you go, anything that's tier 2 or lower, infinite amount. So anything you might be missing, any kind of pieces you might need, you can buy here in the Black Emporium. Everything else though, you still have like 100 stacks of all the even tier 3 common stuff, and then lower, but it's definitely so much stuff available for you to get whatever kind of material you need, so you're not just stuck repeatedly going to places just to farm over and over and over and over again. Sarah... Oh yeah, it's a much better bow. So we're going to keep that. Staff of Corruption. Nope, that's good. Much better, so we'll go ahead and probably swap that out. Dagger. Coal. Not as good. Well, yeah, not as good. That should be what I have equipped. No, it's not. I guess it may have been an older one. Sell a lot of this other stuff. Definitely sell this stuff. I have a decent amount of gold now. And then, of course, schematics. Now, this is great because you have a whole lot of schematics. I think it's just about any schematic you may have missed, or even are there, such as even just higher tier ones you have available. Polished shield, so on. There's just so many different schematics for you to be able to choose from. And both armor and weapons. So actually, let me go ahead and show you as far as, you already saw the weapons. Let me show you some of the armor. Like, you can actually get what's even better than what I have right now. You can get a superior Battlemaster mail. So it'd be a step up from what I currently have, but I do not have the cash at this moment to go ahead and purchase that stuff. And still would go ahead and put on the pieces accordingly. So you definitely have a lot of stuff. It's great that this was free from Bioware.
You may pet the tiny bear, but be gentle. A Magister miniaturized him specially at great cost. He answers to Chauncey.
And of course, he has plenty of little quips that he goes through as he goes around. I haven't heard the same one twice, so that's good. Again, excellent, nice little DLC they threw in there for absolutely no cost. You just go ahead and download it. And it has a lot to offer compared to the previous Black Emporium. Not the other previous Black Emporium was bad. I'm glad I was able to show you that. I almost forgot about it. Alright, we got that taken care of. We'll go ahead and swap out some people's weaponry, get them better equipped. We'll see what Morgan's up to. Yay, loading screens. So how are you all doing today? If you're watching this at this moment, go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and engage in some conversations. Versus just, oh no, it's finally back up. I do want to actually talk to people before we continue real quick. See how everybody feels about what's happened. Oh, I saw you try staying on that chair again.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first? That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good. I knew you'd get us here, boss.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass.
Yeah! Mayhem. Speak to Sarah. I knew it! Damn it, I knew it!